Hi, I'm Lori Mraz here today with Chris Sand, one of the top 100 bowling coaches and also our national sales manager here at Turbo. We're here today to give you some updated tips and guide on getting started with switch grip. So whether or not you've been using the product for some time or just starting out, Chris is going to give us some great tips on using the product, installing the product.
Yeah, I've been using the product since 2003. It's used all over the world. So we've worked with some pro shops and we've learned some helpful hints that we can pass on to you. So let's go into the pro shop and start drilling.
Let's get started.
All right, so we're back in the pro shop and we're going to start our switch grip installation guide. A couple of talking points before we get started. Ideally, you would like your drill press set between 500 and 600 RPMs. This way we'll let the bit do the work and it'll travel and get all the dirt and debris from inside the hole. Second, you want to make sure you're using your certified 1.5" turbo switch grip drill bit. This comes in your switch grip starter kit. It also comes with a lifetime free sharpening. We recommend that you resharpen this once a year, depending on the volume of switch grip that you do. All right, so step one, we're going to start to install our switch grip outer. We want to start with our 1.5" certified drill bit. I've already got my ball mapped out. I've got the desired pitches set on my drill press, and now we're going to start drilling. So I'm going to put my 1.5" in. I'm going to line it up according to that individual span, and then I'm going to take it out and I'm going to start with a pilot hole. In our installation guides before, we told you this is an updated version. We always recommended to use an 1.25" or an 1 3/8" drill bit. Today I'm here to tell you, I've been telling people to use a 1 3/32" drill bit. Reason being is that's probably the least used drill bit in your spindle. Therefore, you're not going to wear your 1 1/4" and your 1 3/8" down as fast. We want to take that 1 3/32" and drill it 3 inches deep. This will give us about 1/4 inch space between the bottom of the outer and the bottom of the 1 3/32" hole. This allows for any runoff, any extra debris, any glue, anything that may get in the way and affect the locking mechanism at the bottom. All right, so I've taken my 1 3/32" drill bit, I've drilled it 3 inches deep. Now I'm going to change over and I'm going to insert my turbo 1.5" switch grip bit and complete the process. What I want to do is I want to take this bit to the stopper depth. I don't want to apply too much pressure and crush the cover stock. I just want to lightly tap the top so I can assure consistency from ball to ball to ball. All right, so I've completed the hole on my switch grip outer. Now I'm going to take my turbo vac and I'm going to get all the excess debris out of the bottom of the hole. All right, so now my 1.5" hole is drilled out. I'm ready to install the outer. First thing we want to make sure we do is that we rough up the outside of your outer sleeve. This will allow your turbo slow zip to adhere to the sides of the walls easier. Take a little bit of glue, add it to the top. Now there's an indicator mark on all switch grip outers. What we're going to do is we're going to position that at a 6 o'clock position to our span line. I'm going to make sure I line it up appropriately. Get it to stay at 6 o'clock. Now I have my outer installed. I want to make sure I cut down the outer before actually installing my inner. More burrs and debris will make it difficult to get the inner out after we've cut that down. So I'm going to take my slug cutter, put it in the machine, add my restraining plates, make sure we're locked down, good and secure, and now I'm going to cut this down. All right, so now my outer sleeve is cut down. We see we have a little debris. We could always clean that up. We've got our turbo sanding disc, 1 3/4 wide. which will assist you in cleaning the inside of the outer up. So now we're going to install one of 3 interchangeable components. Switch grip is available in 1¼ inch, 1 3/8, and we also have a blank inner option. This is good for those of you who are trying to use molds. If you have a custom mold and you want to install it into a removable switch grip, you can do that as well. So 3 different options. We're going to use our 1¼ inch for today. I'm just going to drop it in, twist and lock it in. Now I can treat it as if it's a regular thumb slug. My pitches have stayed the same. It was the same as my bowler's dimensions when I was drilling the outer. So now I'm going to pick his thumb hole size and drill this out. All right, so now I've drilled my switch grip inner. One thing you want to make sure you pay attention to is not to drill too deep. We don't want to go into the locking mechanism. At about 2 3/4, you want to start slowing down. You'll be able to feel the bit break through the bottom of the slug. This way, we're not going to drill too deep and we're not going to drill it into the locking mechanism. So I'm going to take my bit out, take my thumb out, clean out the inside of that hole again. The other key thing we want to do is we want to make sure that we get these chambers just above the locking mechanism cleaned out as well. Any excess debris in there will actually get into the bottom of the locking mechanism, making it somewhat difficult to lock and twist into place. All right, so I have my inner done. I'm now ready to cut down the inner to the desired depth. So we can go back, put my plug cutter back in, and now we're going to cut this flush to the bowl. All right, so now I have my inner sleeve cut down flush to the bowling ball. I'm going to take it out. One of the things you're also going to want to do is you're going to want to round off the tops of these. Any burrs or ridge could actually get stuck on the top. So all we want to do is we want to round this out with some screen, some Abralon pad, or even one of our sanding pads that we have here. Once we have this inner sleeve rounded off, we're now going to work it out to the bowler's desired feel. So a couple of quick tips for you to assist you in your installation. One thing that we recommend is a reamer bit. Our reamer drill bit will go in after your certified 1.5 inch drill bit. As you can see, this is an 8-bit end mill, and it'll really clean up anything inside that 1.5 inch hole. We also have new sanding discs. We have 1 3/4 inch sanding disc with a washer that comes in every 10 pack. As you can see here, I've got a little excess debris at the top. All I'm going to do is take my sanding disc and burr out the top of it, just making it smooth so nothing grabs at the top. All right, so now I've rounded out that inner. We're going to test it. We can see that it goes in nice and simple. Twist, lock into place. My bowler's now ready to go. All right, so as you can see, it's pretty simple to install, just 2 components, but it gives you a lot of variety and a lot of different options.
Well, thanks, Chris. Did a great job. As you can see, switch grip, pretty simple product to install. Today remains the most widely used and most reliable interchangeable insert on the market, used by every major ball brand out there. I'm sure many of you have been to a ball demo. So if you need additional assistance,
please call us at Turbo Grips, 1-800-530-9878, or you can always visit us at www.turbogrips.com.